All right, we are live. It is Monday. It's November 26th. Thank you guys so much for being on here. I hope everyone in the US had a great Thanksgiving. And I will be the first to admit, I think some people feel me on this. It's sort of like a reset for me today because, I've learned that it's okay to take a couple of days off. It's okay to be with your family and be unplugged, and you should enjoy it. Like, I never look back on Thanksgiving and I'm like, man, I wish I was on my phone more. So that being said, you guys are your own business owners and you get to decide how much time, how much effort you put into your business. But just like your fitness journey, and Christy, I'm kind of pulling from your post. I thought it was really great. You don't have to, it doesn't have to be a start over, right? Like, she's like, I had an off week, I'm back on it. And I think that's very, very similar with our businesses. Like, even if you've had an off week, maybe you've had an off month, maybe you know that you haven't been doing the things that you really need to do to move your business forward. It doesn't mean you can't start. And I really, really want to stress this, guys. So, Catherine, I'm going to mute you for just a second. I think I hear some feedback. There we go. Okay. I think this is like the best time of year. I'm not just saying this because I really do believe this, to commit to your business, because you can't just ride through the holidays and then expect that people are going to be knocking on your door January 1st, right? Because they haven't seen you. They need to see you show up through the craziest, 6 weeks that we have until the end of the year. You need to be that constant person, because when you are that constant person and you're gradually weaving in what you do and how you can help people, and Transform 20, which is, we're going to talk about that tonight because it's huge, you will see the results of your business in a couple months from now. Maybe you'll see results right away. Maybe people will jump on board in December. Of course, that can happen, and that probably will happen. But you're not going to see the influx of people responding to your messages, finally getting back to you, finally saying yes because of the new year, if you're not consistent right now. Does it make sense? Like, we cannot just be like, well, everyone's busy in the holidays, I'm not going to work my business as much, but things will be busy in January. No, if you don't work your business now, do not expect an influx of people to come around in January. Yes, January, February, March are probably, I've been actively working now for almost 5 years, hands down the busiest months of the year for us. And I think I've been in business long enough to see like the cycles. Of course, they are amazing and they can be huge. The most Success Club points I ever got, was in February of the year that 21 Day Fix came out, or 21 Fix Extreme, I don't remember. But that was because I worked. I just didn't, I didn't stop and say people will just come because it's the new year. They will come if you commit and they see you through the holidays. So I just wanted to remind you guys, and I did write some stuff down, that there's always reasons. You can tell yourself your business can take a back seat. I know it. I get it. I know it's a lot of hard work in the beginning for not a lot of, money or kickback or people saying yes. I get that that can be stressful. But if you don't do the work now, number one, you'll miss a huge launch, because Transform 20 is literally a week away from people being able to get it. And it's going to be massive when it releases officially in January. But that is also, if you don't work now, like I said, you're not going to see the influx that will naturally come with the first of the year. Okay. If you do work now and you're consistent and you're inviting and you're following up and you're on your own journey and you're weaving in the fact that there's a 20-minute workout program coming, which is amazing, I feel very confident to say you will see the natural momentum that comes after the new year. Okay. But it starts now. So this is what I wrote down because I was feeling inspired. What if you worked this week like you did have to report to a boss, right? Like, what if you had to report on Friday? I'm not your boss. Never want to be your boss. Just want to be your mentor. But what if you had a boss that you had to say, hey, I have a full-time job, or I watch my kids, but I want this so bad that here's what I did Monday through Friday. I did the vitals. I worked hard. I pushed myself. Here's what I did. Would they be satisfied? And would you be satisfied? And if you were really satisfied, then use that momentum to keep that going. I think oftentimes we are in such a unique business where it doesn't really matter if you work your business or you don't. Not that it doesn't matter, but no one's going to say, hey, are you going to work your business? What are you going to do? I'm here to encourage you. I'm not here to do the work for you. But let's say for this week, I was sitting next to you every minute you were working your business, and then you had to tell me on Friday what you did. So I just want you to think about that in the back of your mind. Would you be proud of the work that you did? Do it. Test yourself this week. This is an awesome week to get back on track after Thanksgiving. Okay. Yeah, that's really what I want to say. And you'll never get to the point where, if you don't work really hard in the beginning, there is, and I think we don't often talk about this, there is insane income opportunity if you really do work your business over time. You guys probably hear on the National Wake Up Call, these 6-figure earners, these full-time coaches, they've been working their businesses for what, 2 to 4 years. You don't really see someone pop on and say, I've been a coach for 6 months and I'm, making a full-time income. That's very, very uncommon. Okay. So you're doing nothing wrong if you are not bringing in the bucks right now and you've been working your business consistently every day for less than a year, right? Even if you've been working your business for a year, but it's been hot and cold and hit and miss and you haven't been consistent, I would say from the day you become consistent, give it a year and see where your business can go and how big you can grow. But the income potential is there. I'm not even making as much as like many, many coaches, and I make a very comfortable living because I've been working this business for 5 years, right? So it's just the factor and the law of process, which means it takes time to build something worth having. And if you think about, I think it's called a flywheel, and I'll get into Transform 20 in just a second, but I really feel like we need to hear this. Is that called a flywheel? Think of something where you push it in the beginning, or you pump a well. Let's think about the well. You pump a well so hard in the beginning and you don't see the water rise up, right? Someone said this on a call to me like 4 years ago and it stuck with me. If you stop pumping, what happens? It goes back down. If you keep pumping, even though you can't see what's happening, but you keep showing up and you keep doing the work and you keep doing your vitals, over time, what happens? The water gets to the top and you see the water come out. So a lot of you guys are your water's in the middle of the well. And if you don't see it and you stop working for a while, it can drop pretty quickly, right? But if you stay consistent and you push and push and push, you're going to see the fruits of your labor, the water from the well, if you keep going. I'm very visual, so that really helps me. So anyways, all that to say, it is so normal if you're working and you're feeling like you're not getting anywhere. If you're showing up and you're doing the things every day that we teach and we talk about and we encourage, and listen, if you need accountability, that's what I'm here for. If you need some extra help, that's what I'm here for. But I just want to give you the reality of owning a business, okay? No one's going to do it for you. And I want more than anything for you guys to reach your goals, physically, financially, tribally, whatever. I want you to build your team and build your tribe and really reap the benefits of coaching. But I think you've got to come in with a stark reality that it's just going to take hustle and it's going to take hard work and vision. And no one would be here if they didn't really love being healthy and fit and helping other people. So the cool part is you already have passion on your side. Now let's get to the hustle side. And hustle we need to, because we have something huge that's happening and that'll carry us through the holiday season. I really believe Beachbody's smart. They release huge programs in December because December can be a slower month with the holidays. They know what they're doing. This program is going to be a game changer. So what I'm going to do tonight is talk about all the details that I know so far about Transform 20 and our game plan, because literally December 4th, that's next week, these offers go on sale. It doesn't mean they can access the program next week. It means they go on sale. I'll explain all that in a second. And then I wanted to end this with sharing with you guys a new thing I've been using for Instagram called Follow Adder. Way less expensive than PA Crunch, and I'm still playing around with it. A little more complicated, but I'm actually really happy with it because I have more control over who I follow. So I'll show that real quick at the end. But let's jump right in. And if you have any questions, please unmute yourself and ask. So Transform 20, hopefully you guys saw the information that I posted in our team page. So my coach, Hannah, her coach is Janelle Summers, and she was in the test group. So all this comes from someone who has officially done the program. Most of you guys know already 20 minutes a day, 6 days a week. I think it's either a 6 or an 8-week program. Someone correct me if I'm wrong on that. But there's the step. Obviously, the step is designed specifically for Transform 20. There is an option with a modifier who does not use the step. So, and I was curious about this. I actually used to teach step aerobics back in the day, and Janelle was an instructor as well. And she said she has a bunch of steps at home, but this step is actually like, she prefers it a lot for Transform 20 because just the way it's the size and how it's, I guess made, and for the different workouts you're actually doing with it, she prefers the Transform 20 step. We should have all the price options already available if we look online for the step, but they're really thinking they're going to sell out. So hopefully you guys heard on the National Wake Up Call, if you earn at least 1 or more Success Club points, you don't get a step for free. That would be cool, but you're guaranteed to be able to purchase it if you get a Transform 20 package. Okay, which everyone, hopefully you're all going to do Transform 20 because it's going to be amazing. Okay, so here's the other thing. Start to gather info about it on your own. Don't wait for me, and don't wait for stuff to just show up on your newsfeed. That's what business builders and leaders do. They go out and they find info. You guys know this program is releasing. It's going to be a huge launch. So if I'm not giving you all the information, go find it. I just did the FAQs and I got a ton of information on Transform 20. So that's really and not to say, I know thinking of a marketing plan could be a little overwhelming, but honestly, it's just about you starting to talk about it, right? And something that I have done that has gotten me a lot of conversations with my warm network is created an event. So you guys can obviously see, if you want to be invited, you can see what I said. I basically just created an event that said Countdown to Transform event or something like that, and talked about what this program briefly is, and then a link to the group to join our countdown group. Okay, so I've had people, just by creating that event, of course I invited people that I had talked to before, but people just saw it come up in my newsfeed, and a couple of my old challengers just clicked that they were interested. So I've already obviously had a conversation with them, and they're in the countdown group now. So that might be one route you want to go. But obviously, guys, in your stories, clearly we haven't done the workout program yet, but we know it's 20 minutes a day. We know it's Shaun T. Shaun T is probably one of the most recognizable Beachbody people. You start weaving that in. I just shared a before and after in my stories about someone who is in the test group. So little things like that, I would say once a day, every day, sandwich between the rest of your life and the program you're currently doing. You need to start catching people's attention about that, right? Because Shaun T is so recognizable. I know we always say, don't say Beachbody. Talk about Shaun T. I would say do it, because he's so, so recognizable, not only to people like your past customers, but to most people in the country have heard of Shaun T. They've heard of Insanity, and they maybe were scared of the workouts because they were so long. This is 20 minutes a day, 6 days a week, and we need to hammer that home because everyone's got time for that. Okay. So here's the detail. Before going to actual dates and what people get, again, you need to have one-on-one conversations with people. Your goal right now should be talking about it, seeing who's reacting to it, going back to old challengers and saying, hey, I know it's been a while, but I wanted to let you know there's this new program releasing and it's going to be awesome. It's launching in about a week. It's called blah, blah, blah. Would you be interested in learning more about it? And then you get to plug them into our Countdown to Transform group. So my goal for that group from here on out is to share a fact a day about Transform 20. I think tomorrow I'm just going to share the prices. I want to be able to share the packages right away so that we're not hiding behind the cost. It's not a surprise. Obviously, our goal is if they're a current challenger, they get early access. If they're not a current challenger, they get the package, because that means they're also getting Beachbody On Demand and every other program out there. Okay, so I want to be very upfront with the cost. I want to be very upfront with how much of a value it is, and get all those details out there now so that people have time to ask questions. But our goal, guys, should be to have those one-on-one conversations, ask if they're interested, and get them in that group. Don't feel like you have to do this alone. We want to make sure that we have strength in numbers with people getting in this group together. And if you're not in that group yet, please let me know. I think most of you guys are. Okay. So ready for the dates. December 4th, so that is next Wednesday, Tuesday, Wednesday. That's when the offers go on sale. So I want to make that very clear. That does not mean they get access to the entire program on December 4th. It means the offers go on sale at a $20 discount off of challenge packs, promo price. So obviously, they're not going to get the workout right away, but we want them to get the discount price and then be able to get what's coming up next, which I'll share in just a second, and be all ready to go January 14th when it officially launches. Okay, so with that, December 4th, everything goes on sale. December 11th, if you already bought your program, you get 2 prep workouts. So that will release on BOD on December 11th. The other cool thing is that's when the free sample workout will release too. So if you have people that are really wanting to know more about it, obviously we'll do the prep workouts, we'll do the sample workouts, but they can try the sample workout, which is exciting. And that will really give them a chance to see what it's all about. Okay, so that's still within I just got this new phone with non-home buttons. So it's kind of freaking me out. So yeah, that is happening on December 11th, the 2 prep workouts, the free workout for everyone to try. And that's where the early access officially releases. They can officially start streaming the entire Transform 20 program on January 14th. Now it's going to be the same thing as Lift 4 and the other newer programs. The workouts are going to release a week at a time. Okay, so it's going to be week 1, If you're doing it in real time, like you're starting it on January 14th with like everyone else, then you're going to see the next week's workouts like by Saturday. Okay, so you really do have to go with the pace of everyone else doing it. So early access is that entire time, like January, February, March, and not until April does this launch to everyone. So this is obviously where Beachbody is going. Everything's digital now, but they're driving these early accesses because they do give you the access very early, right? Like I know there will be some customers who want to wait, and that's up to them. But this program is so key, and it's releasing at such a key time that you don't want to miss the window of someone really wanting to get in shape for spring, for summer. They're not going to want to wait until April. They're going to want to do it in January. Just like when 80-Day Obsession released this past January, it's that bulk of time when people are so focused on health and fitness. And that's why I think if you guys really put your efforts in now and you invite people to the Countdown group and you have those one-on-one conversations and you obviously do the workouts when you can do it and you keep talking about it, right? And you do it January 14th, you start with everyone else. This entire time as you're taking people on this Transform 20 journey, you're gonna have the added momentum of people already thinking about health and fitness January, February, March. So I think that's probably going to be, just in my opinion, one of the most just explosive early releases because of who it is, when it's happening, and the fact that it's 20-minute workouts a day. And from what I've heard, guys, I know sometimes that obviously the step with the challenge pack will be more expensive, but even the modifier gets a really, really great workout. So for some reason, someone just really can't get the step or they're worried about it or they don't have room, they're still going to get a very, very good workout if they don't decide to purchase the step with it. But of course, it's probably recommended. Okay, so again, to recap, December 4th, that's when everything goes on sale. We want to get people in immediately to get the discount and to get the prep week workouts. December 11th, the 2 prep workouts and the sample workout release. January 14th, they will be able to officially start the program, releases a week at a time, and then it doesn't release to everyone on BOD until April. So if someone has a regular BOD account, doesn't get early access, they will have it, but not until April. Any questions? Okay. So how can we do this? Again, I'll just recap. I know I've mentioned it a couple times tonight, but talk about it. It's okay that you haven't done it yet. You know basic information. If you listen to the National Wake Up Call today, they talked about it too. You know the gist of what's happening. People don't usually need a ton of information when they know it's someone they love, like Shaun T. You know, they're like, what's he doing? I'm in. So we need to take advantage of speaking about it on stories or even in a post. You know, I wouldn't overdo it on your posts, but once a week, you know, twice a week, whatever feels natural to you, weave in that you're so excited for a 20-minute workout program. Think about the objections that people are going to have and talk about them in your stories or your posts. Like, I know it's a crazy time of year. I know you don't have an hour to work out. Everyone's got 20 minutes, right? Or if you've been waiting for like the next crazy cardio, really way to get in shape for spring, like who better than Shaun T? You know he's going to kick your butt. You know he's going to make you love him in the process. And you know that you have 20 minutes a day to get a workout in. So if you think about those objections, put the objections out there. We talked about this a lot last month, to just lead with the objections, lead with the price. Don't hide behind it. It's a really great deal, especially as a new customer who would get not only Transform 20, but the entire Beachbody On Demand library. And my thought was, for the people, obviously the December challenge group is always a little bit interesting because it's, you know, maybe we'll make it shorter, or I'm not sure we'll go through the holidays. I want to talk with you guys about next week. Like the week between Christmas and New Year's is always kind of a toss up. So we could sort of theme part of the December challenge group for helping people get ready for Transform 20. Obviously, not everyone's going to do it. That's fine. But maybe we do a Shaun T prep to Transform 20. So think about if you're finishing up a program soon, like I know I have next week is my last week of Shift Shop. I'm going to be thinking about doing some sort of Shaun T program because that's going to give me more material to talk about in my posts and my stories, right? I'm already doing Shaun T. I'm prepping for this new program, and here's why I'm excited about it, right? So like a T25 or 1 month of its Insanity Max 30, you know, the rest of his programs. So I would highly, highly recommend do a Shaun T program to prep. Cool. Okay, and then before I tell you guys real quick about Follow Adder, November's not over. You know, I know that last week was probably nuts with the holiday, but we have a couple more days of this challenge pack extreme wide challenge pack sale. So again, think about the boss checking in with you on Friday. What are you going to do that you can hit Success Club this week? You can go back to every person that has said no, or challengers who have fallen off, maybe their BOD membership expired, and talk about the fact that they haven't done this sale in like a year. I don't know when they're going to do it again, but for 5 more days, all challenge packs are $20 off. Like, I know you mentioned cost was a factor. This is such a great deal. I wanted to let you know this has got 5 more days left. Can I help you get started with a fitness program over the holidays? You know, I've been talking to people like, hey, I need the extra motivation throughout the holidays. That's why I'm so excited we're starting a new group. And by the way, everything's on sale for 5 more days. Can we get you set up with a program to help you get a jump start on those New Year's goals? You know, or put it in your own words. But I would say if you've been a coach for a while, you should probably have people every day that you can send this message to, which means people you've invited before, past challengers, people who have given you a price objection. In your tracking, you should be able to find those people, or even just through your inbox, and go back and check in with them and let them know. You know, like, we don't want to drop the ball and have someone who could have saved $20 to join us now, as opposed to forgetting to follow up with them. Okay. And yeah, feel free to do a post about it this week. We obviously don't want to be salesy in our posts, but maybe tomorrow for a Transformation Tuesday or a Thursday, whatever, you talk about the fact, like, maybe you were hesitant to purchase a challenge pack and how it's changed your health and wellness. And now they're on sale for 5 more days. So like, craft it in with your story. You know, it's not just challenge packs are on sale. It's, here's why I was skeptical. Here's why I said yes. Here's what has changed in my life. And now I didn't even get this discount, and this is at a discount. Okay, almost done. Any questions? So yeah, we're definitely, from here on out, I'm gonna post at least once a day in Transform 20. We're gonna do sort of a countdown of when it releases. We'll do certain facts each day. We'll release pricing and package options. Your job is to have one-on-one conversations with people who are watching your stories, reacting to you, liking your posts, past challengers, anyone who's expressed interest in joining you, because this is something new and exciting, and people love new and exciting. They love programs that no one's done yet. So you have to be the person that reaches out and talks to them and brings up, you know, the fact that they were interested before, and we've got this new thing going. If they say, sure, I want to learn more, you put them in that group. You obviously continue to check in with them, but make sure they get in that group so they can be surrounded by other people who are interested too. And then you guys plan to get your Transform 20 package on December 4th. You're obviously already all BOD customers, but get your accessory package. And then we will all post. My goal is all of us will flood that group on December 4th with pictures of us and our order form, excited that we ordered. You know, we want to create that fear of missing out for the other people, that we're ready, we're doing this. Like, are you doing this with us? Okay. Last thing is follow adder. So I want to, this guy is going to look really confusing. I'm still playing with it. So please don't ask me too many questions, because I won't know the answer. But so far I've only been using follow adder on my computer, because I haven't really figured out if you can use it for your phone. Here's what it looks like. All right, so here's the deal. Follow adder is a service that you can you guys see my screen? See that box thing? Okay. So Follow Adder is something, it's a third-party service. And by the way, I've heard Instagram's trying to shut down third-party services, so I don't know how much longer any of this will work. But similar to PA Crunch, if you used PA Crunch in the past, it helped you find and follow. It basically was a bot that followed a lot of accounts, but PA Crunch has a lot of issues with not always following the people that you tell them to. And it got a little frustrating for me. And it was kind of expensive. So Follow Adder is $49, but here's the thing, it's for 6 months. So like half a year at $49 is really not that bad. And what I've done after watching many tutorials, I'm still not sure I entirely get it, but you can decide how you want to tell Follow Adder to follow people on Instagram for you. You can also do comments, which I don't do because I think that sounds super spammy. You can like certain photos, which I haven't gotten into yet, but basically I'm just doing users, and I'm picking big accounts that I love already, and then it's following people for me. And then it'll unfollow the people that don't follow you back. It'll give you like a maximum following 100 people a day, between 4 to 8 minutes. So it really does try to not get caught by Instagram for like following too many people at once. And that's kind of what it looks like. So again, I use it on my computer. I've just linked it to my Instagram. And there's a bunch of videos you can watch too that explains it way more. I'm not using a lot of the features. I'm just using following users. So I'm happy to explain it further if anyone else wants to try it. For me, I do try following people on my own, but I have realized without that like extra support, I haven't made a lot of time to follow new accounts. And I've definitely noticed my Instagram conversations and new follows have slowed because I wasn't putting in the time. So if you consider time and money, like what's your time worth? I would rather have someone help me or a company help me follow accounts. And I feel like I have a lot more control over this because they will not follow any users unless I have like the accounts that I want them to follow. So they're going to follow the Janie and Jack account for baby clothes. They're going to follow people who follow like Catherine Budig, who's like a yoga teacher I really like. So like this company will follow those people who already follow someone that I like. So instead of PA Crunch was a lot more general, like follow women, and I would get crazy accounts. So far, it has really, I've gotten a couple accounts that I've unfollowed, but it's gotten me linked up with people who are following me back, who I immediately can reach out and send that message to. And lastly, a quick thing on PBJ invites. If they're not working for you, don't do them. I found I got ghosted a lot when I invited people right off the bat. So I'm trying a different tactic, and I'm doing just connecting with people. Like I'm sending 3 to 5 connection messages a day. And then almost last thing, free groups. Please check out that thing I posted in the Facebook group. My success partner shared it with me. I don't know who it's from, but this girl has created like amazing free group templates with meal plans and ideas. And it really got me excited about free groups. I think there's something that are sort of a hidden gem. I was doing them too often. I got burnout, and then I didn't do them for a while. So maybe every other month, you get to decide how often do you want to run free groups. You don't have to run them. But I found it was a great way for me to start adding value back to people, and knowing that not all of them are going to convert over to challengers, but I really wanted to offer something again. And I created a new group, and I'm doing Turkey Burner, and it's quiet, but it's like, you know what? I'm still doing a free group, and I feel good about offering that to people. Okay, and then this is it. Last thing is our What is Coaching Zoom. We're going to do another live one this coming Wednesday at 8 p.m. So I'll post about it in the Glimpse group. I'm also going to post about it in our challenge group because this is our final week. So you might have some challengers who have been rocking it. Please, I encourage you to message them and say, hey, have you ever considered coaching? You know, Wednesday night, we're going to have an info session, no obligation, but you can check it out. So I've created a PowerPoint about coaching, frequently asked questions, my experiences. I can get through that in like 20 minutes. And I would love it if you all can be there, like show up and just, for support. So when someone shows up, they see people on there. But if you can share I need one volunteer, if they can share their story really quickly within like 1 to 2 minutes once I finish that presentation, just so I'm not the only one talking the whole time. So if you want to help me out, please let me know. Or if you can be there, even if you're on mute, doing your own thing, like just to show up, I think that would look really good. And of course, if people didn't tune in live, I will post the recording. I didn't mean to talk that much, and I guess I had more to say than I thought. Any questions, guys? Anything at all? Okay, well, thank you so much for being here. To recap, Transform 20. If you have any questions on Follow Adder, I'm still learning it, but if you find you're not making time to follow new accounts on Instagram, it might be worth it, for 6 months to have some help with finding accounts. Coach Zoom on Wednesday, have your conversations, challenge pack sale to finish November strong, and start to weave in Transform 20, especially in your stories once a day, or, whenever, but I would say start to weave it in. All right, I'm gonna stop the recording.